And we're back for episode 48 of Half Hour Henshin. As always, I am Sleepy Witch, and I am joined by...
DJ Azure, the 2.5D Hero Talk Tuber.
And we are missing a Geats episode, but we got some news on Gotchard. So...
Oh man, I'm excited. I'm excited for Gotchard. I mean, we can talk about it a little bit later because we have extra time to talk about Ultraman this week.
Yeah, Ultraman, really cool. Holy shit. Can we talk about my favorite part is in this episode, I realized they have different like eye models for the Earth Garen. Because when he got hit, he had like little swirls in his eyes and he was emoting, and that was so fucking cute. I love the Earth Garen so much.
Yeah, like honestly, Earth Garen is just super cute in general. Because like that suit, like is like kind of like goofy because his mouth is always open, but like it's just so cute to see Earth Garen. But talk about cute. This kaiju this week, man.
Oh my god, he was adorable. First of all, again, I like the concept of the like, oh hey, it's a kaiju that was sleeping that basically wasn't doing anything, and we like. First of all, conceptually, I like the fact that like one, kaijus have been around for like a really fucking long time, and two, people in the past found other ways of dealing with them before we had the technology to just like fucking blast them out of the sky.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like. Yeah, it's like I was basically like asking like the Ultraman fan like in my community, and they said that for the most part Ultraman like at least if they don't deserve it, kaiju are they normally try to be a little bit more pacifistic with the kaiju, and I'm like, okay, cool, yeah. So it's basically like kind of like what Godzilla taught us back in the day, that it's more, kaiju are more of like a representation of a force of nature than an actual threat.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
normally the force of nature is
Yes, and sometimes you have to deal with it, like the one that was fucking siphoning like energy and was gonna fucking explode. You know?
Yeah.
Sometimes
I mean,
you gotta deal
yeah.
with it.
We kind of saw it. Yeah, we kind of saw it with like what was it? The second the second episode with like it's like, oh, maybe it's because of us humans overfishing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like we have like stuff where it's kind of like bringing back like the old kaiju.
And then the
idea,
mollusk one, and then the mollusk one was straight up just man-made.
Yeah.
Anyway, Earth Quran is great. I love this. This episode was cute. It's always fun seeing a like, oh hey, person goes back to their hometown and they're kind of sad, like they don't want to be in their hometown episode.
Yeah, and it was Emmy this time. So like Emmy, like the one that we see is like kind of very dutiful and very very strong. Like that's that's the thing that kind of like defines her, is just how ridiculously strong she is.
Did you mix up the name? Because Emmy was the other one, is she not? I thought Emmy was the one who stayed behind this episode. Or maybe I'm mixing up the names.
Oh, wait, I might have mixed them up too. Oops.
just because I know my favorite scene of the episode is Emmy shows up through the comms and is like, "Hey, I found this thing," and then she ends up teasing them, and it's like, "Hey, can you not tease us? We're about to like."
Oh, whoops, yeah, it's Henri. It's Henri.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
But Henri's cool. My only complaint with this episode is that Emmy's in it enough for me because I like her. But it was cute. I love seeing her friend from her hometown, and I love the scroll. I love the art stuff for that scroll. That like old Japanese art stuff for the kaiju was super cool.
Mm-hmm. That was great. And like we basically see like they didn't want to like mess with the shrine. And then we found out that yes, because they messed with the shrine, because they were setting up weapons, the kaiju woke up, and you're like, oh no, the kaiju woke up, and it literally just drinks water and falls asleep again.
Okay, can we talk about my favorite part about the kaiju waking up? Is that like he stole their guns, like the guns were on the kaiju, yeah. And because they were like trained to like auto lock, the kaiju basically started blasting.
It's so true. Yeah, it was the most adorable thing. But yeah, it's like, yeah, like I said, it's basically like they basically tried setting it up on what they thought was just two perfectly spaced mountains for them to mount these guns on, and despite
they were
the
like
warnings,
shoulder blades, yeah,
and then he wakes up and then just goes up, drinks water, and passes out again.
Takes another little nap. It was cute. I liked how they were like, oh yeah, he's getting out of hibernation. Everything's coming out. My favorite part about this episode was him and Henri going to the kaiju, because honestly, like the kaiju waking up and him just he got the perfect excuse to roll off, and we got to basically see it like, oh shit, he's falling off a building, Ultraman time.
Yeah, exactly. Man, yeah, like I said, it was super cute because like like you could actually see that Earth Garen and Ultraman were literally just trying to like not harm it.
They were just
They
trying to
just
like
were like
hold
just
it.
tried. Yeah, they're just trying to avoid it for the most
I
part,
think
and
my
then
favorite part was once it did fall asleep, once Henri put it in, just fucking watching Ultraman just like fucking like push it back into place.
yeah, that was great. Also, what was super cute about about that was that Ani said, you know what, let it's like I know these mountains. I used to climb them up as a kid all the time, and she basically went off to do like just that, and actually just go into the mountains and actually find the shrine to put the relic back in.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so like I said, it was just a super cute episode, and it's really nice. Like once they push it back, it's like say, cool. As long as you don't touch it, it'll be asleep for the next 1,000 years at the very
Yeah,
least.
at the very least. And the big thing is, again, like, the whole thing with it is like, he's just sleeping. There's no reason to fuck with it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was really nice. Like seeing them, like I said, be pacifistic with it and just actively try not to harm it because like it didn't attack them. It
It
was
didn't.
not a threat.
They attacked themselves technically with the gun
Yeah.
cannons. No, that was really cool. I did really like seeing the fight with the kaiju and Ultraman, just specifically because like first the bits where Ultraman is basically trying not to get shot, and then the bits for Ultraman's basically just like trying to hold him down, like because he's just like grabs him by the head and is like trying to hold him steady. Uh,
Yeah, man, yeah, it was like a story light episode, but it was really nice to see like that like like a kind of side to like the battle, like in a lot cuter. Like seriously, like I can't get over how cute this episode was.
Yeah, and my other favorite part about this was just the general vibe of like the thing is sometimes when we talk because we talked about this with Jasaris too, when we're talking about storyline episodes, it's usually just they're just action packed. We basically just were fighting this kaiju for a lot of time. We got a bunch of really good scenes with Earth Garen
Hmm.
doing stuff. We got to see Blazer use like a shield,
Hmm.
which was cool. But yeah, it was just generally really cute as always. The special effect again, I love seeing him push him back into place as the mountain. That was really
Yeah.
cute. I wonder if they maybe should have let Henri get off of him first because that seemed really dangerous.
I mean, like the thing is, like Henri knows those mountains, so probably could have found a safe place to be.
No, I know, and I love at the fucking end when they're driving off and he just like does her accent and she's like, "I do not sound like that." It's just like some really cute banter between them.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. Like, yeah, like I really want to see how he interacts with the other two. Like, what is it, Bondo and Takeshita? I think.
Takeshi? Yeah, I think so. And it's also really cool seeing like, oh, they're driving together in the car, and then you see the
Taraki.
Earth, Taraki, and then you see the Earth Garens like flying above.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, like I keep saying, Scarred is my favorite part of this. Like, I love seeing them interact because I mean, I'll say this about every Toku. Like, how the characters interact with each other is what makes or break makes or break a Toku for me. Even if there's one character that's annoying, even as long as they get better, it's fine because I'm watching Q Ranger with people and
that's the one that has like
uh,
12 people, right?
yeah, well, yeah, Q means 9, so
Oh,
like yeah,
nine. Okay.
space, yeah, but I mean it does go up to 12, which is really funny.
Okay. So I did. Okay. So I was right. I heard that one had 12. Because I know Q
Yeah.
means 9. That one's one of those basic things that I know because I know numbers and because I know of
Hmm.
like QB and everything.
Hmm.
But like, and so next week we're getting like looks like we're getting like a recap episode for Ultraman where we're seeing all of the previous fights with Ultraman, but from the
Yeah.
perspective of a camera crew who's has to been like reporting on it.
I love the honestly I still like if I can I will still rewatch I will watch recap episodes, especially if they do something like kind of if they
Yeah,
frame it in a funny way,
yeah.
like how Dawn Brothers did it was like say, okay, well, looks like Kamen Rider Revice finished, so we're gonna do our own ending. We're gonna have our own finale, and we're gonna crown the VIP. So let's take a look back at what you guys did.
Yeah, I mean, Don Brothers truly a meta show, so it was going wild with this thing. But yeah, I really prefer when we're gonna do a recap episode for it to be some sort of like out of like it's not just like, okay, we're just gonna show clips and give you like a preview. Like there being
Mhm.
like some kind of like theme, or there being some kind of like vehicle to tell the story, like especially from a different perspective, is really cool. So I think seeing the vibes from like normal people who are just getting caught up in all the kaiju accidents is really cool, and I really vibe with it. So I think that'll be cool. uh
Yeah,
that's why
yeah.
I like
I really want to see it from there.
the Oja recap episode where we saw the guy basically go to each country trying to get a job, and that's how he got like the recaps on all the countries and stuff.
That was cute. I mean, like we didn't get like the full recap, which is also nice because there actually still was a little bit of story, even if it was just
Yeah,
very jokey.
and
But
I'm hoping there will be a little bit of story, maybe like some side stuff in here. I think it'd be really funny if like you see the reporters dealing with stuff, and we see maybe like the scarred members like in the background, like maybe we see like the fucking scene of Boss Man and Emmy having lunch that first time, just like in the background. uh,
yeah,
I think that would be cool. But I mean,
yeah.
again,
Actually, did Geats have a recap? I feel like it would have been perfect for Geats to have a recap because it was a reality show.
I thought Geats did have it. I thought Geats had a recap episode where they were like playing into it, where like I don't remember now. I have to go back and look. My
Yeah,
brain is
yeah,
a little
yeah.
mush.
I like, but yeah. Point is, I will enjoy recap episodes if it means that we get like some funny commentary out of it.
And like, yeah, they're cool. Anyway, we got a bunch of info on Gotchard now, or we got
Yes.
some info on Gotchard.
So I don't know what's my favorite part of it yet, but I'm just gonna start off with Back On is doing the opening for it,
Oh,
and
back
the
on.
song. Yeah.
I don't think I've heard the song yet. So
Yeah, no,
you
but
gotta.
no, like, yeah, we didn't even get a preview of the song during the press conference, which kind of sucks, but but the song is okay. So the cards are called Chemi cards, right?
Right.
Yeah. So the song title is called Chemi X Story. So
Okay.
because the show's about alchemy, chemistry.
Yep. That's
Yeah,
good.
it was the cutest. Like, it's such a cute
good.
title.
That's good. Okay. Talking
Yeah.
about let's get into like what we vibe with. First of all, again, entirely vibing with the suit. I love that the gun just shoots out cards. Very funny. Uh
What's also really funny too is that in all the preview shots, it's like, oh, okay, they probably just overexposed it. It probably isn't that shiny. No, it is that shiny.
no, yeah, he's just the shiny. It's the teal. They
He's like
really
a new car.
yeah. He is a new car. Hey, he's an SR from the packs that you pull. Okay, he's got that nice SP foiling.
Oh my god.
Also, I'm excited about him having some weird little robot guy with him, the little hopper one.
Yeah, that's so
Having
cute.
going
Yeah.
back to having a little animal companion thing. Very cute. I think we talked about before. I like the driver. It's like simple, but it's cute, and like it really fits with the mechanics.
Yeah. I like honestly, I'm also surprised they despite it being a preview, they actually pretty much showed us the entire Henshin.
Yeah,
Unlike
yeah, the Henshin was cool. Or
yeah,
maybe
and,
they
he showed
didn't.
some
Maybe
people
we're gonna
close.
get even more of a Henshin. His
Yeah, I mean,
pose where he kind of he does almost like a little like magic circle thing with his hand, like alchemy
Yeah.
wise. That was very cool.
Yeah.
We couldn't see it much. Really like the design for the motorcycle. Like it looks nice and like
Mhm.
bulky, which I think is cool compared to his kind of more slim looking suit.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, like honestly, there's a lot to like of it, a lot about it so far. Honestly, the story kind of makes me laugh. It's like it takes place at a high school. He basically gets involved with the underground alchemy academy.
which hilarious.
Yeah. Okay. So actually, so people have shown how he fights already because of the movie.
Right.
Did you? I don't think I sent you it, but do you want to know about
No,
something?
give me the details. Yeah, give me the details. Let's give me the vibe. What's the vibe with the fight?
It's practically Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh,
Like,
that's great. Like he actually
yeah,
does like alchemy.
Yeah,
That's...
Yeah, it actually starts off with him touching the ground, and I guess it's those rings that actually do alchemy as well too, which is
Right.
so he basically touches the ground turns all like quicksandy like against a bunch of Jamato, and then he basically like goes over to like a corner of a warehouse and starts touching the girders, and they start bending to like kind of like jail the Jamato.
That's cool.
So
I
it's
also think it's
yeah.
really funny you're calling them Jamato.
No, it literally was Jamato because it was the movie.
Oh, okay. No, you're right. You're right. That was the movie.
Mhm.
Okay, so it would be Jamato. Sorry, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, but oh man, I was just yeah, like honestly, I was like, oh my god, it's pretty much Full Metal Alchemist. And I'm like, oh man, I really wish they could have shown more of the fight. But one thing that did show is that it did show kind of its kick, like at least started the kick where he basically like shows him closing and opening and basically going into his like pose where he basically goes up on one foot,
The
like
kick,
holds his
yeah, the kick being like almost as a straight horizontal thing, I find it very
yes.
cool. Instead of it being like a going up from above,
Mhm.
the just like no, we're not even gonna bother. I'm just gonna straight go through.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but yeah, it's for the liner part of the transformation.
Yep.
But it was so cool. It's like just the
Yeah,
fact that like he was just straight
yeah,
horizontal.
seeing him do like the like steam coming up behind him right before he kicks and just whoop, straight horizontal, really cool. Love the vibe. Again, you cannot escape the card captor Sakura allegations when you beat the guy and he turns into a card and he's a new power for you to use. I'm telling you, it's just card captor Sakura, the writer. Um, he's even got what looks like an edgy bad boy who's going to try to collect the cards himself, who's got his own power, but is not necessarily the same system.
Yeah,
The book was made by a great
apparently
alchemist
that system
and a
is
great
actually not even like a writer system. It's actually
no,
just a powered suit he puts
yeah,
on.
it's his own system. I think he calls it. Let's see, I have the thing.
Valvoda or something.
Valvarad system.
Oh, Valorad, yeah.
Valvarad, yeah. But yeah, so he's got his own like armored suit thing, and so the alchemy cards were made by a great alchemist. The cloak cards were made by a great magician.
Mm-hmm.
But
But
anyway,
yeah,
the suit looked awesome. Seeing it in action, seeing the Steamliner kick was really cool. It really is fucking shiny, but I do like that. I also really like that when we see the Henshin, his Henshin pose is pretty cool, but I also really like that when he is Henshin, like the goggles start on and they come off.
hmm
And I really like that it's kind of like a full little like head thing where his goggles come down, where like the head moves up and down. That's kind of cool because I was wondering how the articulation would work with the goggles because obviously the little grasshopper things like in front of the goggles kind of would hinder
hmm
that. But if the whole thing comes down, I'm like, oh, that makes so much more sense.
yep.
Uh,
Yeah. There's a lot to be excited about. Honestly, I'm really excited to once again, we've said for the past 2 weeks, High School Rider. It's been a while.
High School Rider, it'll just be a cool little vibe for it. The suit again looks really good, and I really like it. And so far I'm just liking the vibes. Um, the cast bios, all the cast seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, actually, one thing we didn't even go after is the fact that like I like is that the three evil sisters are actually named after the fates. So
yeah,
Lachesis, Clotho, and Atropos.
yep. So we got
Hmm
some what's it called? Because that was a Greek or Roman. That was like some old Greek
Yeah.
references, which I
Yep.
guess makes
Greek.
sense. That's also where like alchemy stuff is coming on, and they have a very like, in my opinion, kind of like Egyptian aesthetic as well. So there was always the whole thing between Greek and Egypt with Cleopatra and God, what was his name? The one Greek guy Cleopatra was in love with, was it Alexander the Great Caesar? I don't remember now, but so maybe there's gonna be some other themed stuff. Um, I'm just currently excited to see where it goes. The main rider kid, like I mean, the looks fine. I really like this guy who plays Ryo Kajiki. Just he's got some sick hair and some funny eyebrow, like them sick ass fucking eyebrows.
Yeah.
And
So far but I think yeah it's like I'm waiting until we see more of the cast because they didn't really give us too much, but
no,
I do like the idea that Hotaru is just trying to find his own gotcha in life. So like starting off as a high school student, that like is very very I guess
No, that's
like
very
applicable
thematic.
to a lot
Yeah,
of us.
that's
Yeah,
super
and like
applicable. And I think it's really cute that from what I've read, it looks like he tries to help his mom out at the restaurant, and he's like seen making like his own quote unquote like alchemy recipes, but they're actually like food recipes to help at the restaurant.
yeah, that is so cute.
Uh,
Oh man, yeah. There's a lot to like, and I cannot wait, for when it's
yeah,
for when it starts.
I'm just relatively excited. It'll be sad to see Geats go, but hopefully we end on a high note. So,
Hmm.
which I feel like we're setting up for, but it's just sad not having a Geats episode to talk about.
Yeah, and I'm not sure we're having an episode this week too because of Oban, but I'm not sure. But we'll see. Because I mean, this week, like Ultraman, we're getting like we said, we're getting a recap episode. So I have to double check to see if we're actually getting superhero time this week. Because I've been seeing memes like saying, LOL, no," but I have to double check.
Yep. I mean, hey, we'll see. We'll take it as it comes. If it doesn't, we'll talk about Ultraman, and we've been meaning to talk about the Massiverse, and maybe we'll talk about our plans to do some actual Massiverse scripted content. Uh, but I
Cannot
mean,
wait.
we'll be around. We'll be around. Anyway,
Uh,
Osama Sentai King Oger, giving us a
oh man,
very cute episode.
yeah, like oh man,
First, in my
like
opinion,
where do we even start with this episode?
we
Like
start with the
seriously.
fact that the engineer guy is dead, and fucking Himeno Chinese pressure points him, and he comes back and he's like, "Thank you for saving me." And he's like, "I have
It's
given you an
actually better.
advance. Yeah, I have given you an advance on your power, and next week is gonna be hell for you."
It's actually way better than that. You like did you see on Twitter about why?
Why was it the?
It's because
Is this a
Toei
fist?
has this. Yeah, Toei has the sound library for Fist of the North Star.
Okay, so it was. Okay, so it was the
Yeah,
Fist of
it
the
was
North
a
Star thing. I didn't. Okay, I
yeah.
wasn't sure. I thought it looked familiar. That's actually even funnier. You are correct.
Yeah, it's like I found it out from Twitter. It's like saying, "Wait, that's a
Yeah.
Fist of the North Star reference." It said, "Oh my god, Toei making use
I
of their
knew the
sound
star shape
library."
looked familiar. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it was the Big Dipper.
Yeah. No, it's the big. Also, secondary funniest thing in the episode is just at the end of the episode, everyone is celebrating, and we just see that guy pass the fuck out. He's just dying on the ground, and everyone just kind of leaves
Yeah,
him there.
and it's too the sound of when Kenshin normally kills someone in Fist of the North Star. Literally, he's like screeching like, and then just collapses on the ground. It's so good. But okay,
Amazing,
so
honestly.
yeah. So we see like was it we basically see our Bugnarok friends still looming over. Like the whole thing about this episode is that they need to get the castle moving. So I was actually wrong about this last week because I thought it was going to be all 5 countries helping out, but no, it's actually Shiganum helping itself out and Unkosapa just project managing, which is
Yeah,
great.
which is cool. Seeing the other kings protect everyone was cool, but it was also just
Mhm.
really nice seeing like Gira having to stand back because he needs to be ready to activate the robot, but he wants to go out and fight and help for his people, but he has to
Yeah.
like, and then the whole time, like it was really cool seeing what is Enskopa's president's name? I'm blanking now.
Yanma.
Yanma, seeing Yanma be like supportive, but also kind of like this is the weight you bear as king, and like treating him like serious, and instead of calling him Takomenchi or whatever he usually calls him, he actually called him Gira.
Yeah, and what and of course it's great because Gira does not know how to turn. Well, I mean, like he turned it off at the end, but he does not know how to turn off his dramatic voice.
Oh my
You
god,
are
yeah,
all gonna die,
that was so good, and I love how extra our favorite background character was. Gira, save us! Oh no, find every gear.
And it's really funny too because of course all the kids in orphanage said he's doing it again.
Yeah, all the kids are like so used to his shit, they don't even bother. It was really fucking cute seeing that the last gear was something in like a toy that one of his little buddies had, and he runs to get it, and it gets knocked off by our Bugnarok friend, and you just see the like whip from the like spider silk thing from Jeremy, and he's like, "Thank you, my little hero." That was super cute.
Yeah. Oh
Uh,
man. And it was, yeah, it was kind of cool because like Jeremy just using his webs to like put all the gears in place as they get them. Like it like there was just so much to like about it. And then like like that was the bulk of the episode. It was literally just the panic of like
yeah,
getting Kakas's castle up, and then once it goes up, I'm a little bit sad because I know they're waiting to like put like all of them together. So I'm assuming that this suit, like not even a suit, this CG is gonna last for 2 episodes at max, so that they can
yeah,
get the suit ready
yeah.
for when all the toys come together.
Yep. Oh my god, that's gonna be a monstrous toy.
Honestly, as much as I love Don Bros, I've got it's like I think Don Bros has really soured me to CG battles.
Yeah, the unfortunate reality was that just because they were all fucking CG as fuck, like that's just how it went. But
Yeah,
and
and then
here's the
here,
thing, there can be flaws and things that you like, and unfortunately that was maybe the one flaw because we wanted to see suit battles. But Don Bros was also just trying to do something else. A lot of the
yeah,
time, the fighting the bad guy and everything was like really secondary in Don Brothers.
yeah, like yeah, we talked about it, in in episodes. What was it? I think it took you about 10 episodes to catch up. So like yeah, like from episode 10 to 24, you can probably hear our thoughts on Don Bros.
There, yeah, our thumbnails, if you're watching them on YouTube or on Spotify, should have the main writer and sentence. I need to make a new thumbnail now because now that Ultraman's been added in,
Yeah,
they've still been doing the one that's Geats and Azure, and it's like, wait, I should add Ultraman, but I just haven't had time. But
yeah.
no, the episode
Oh
was really cool. It was really funny that he managed to motivate everyone, and then at the end he's like, "You are all gears," and everyone's like, "Whoa, fuck you! We're not gears. We don't got a fucking. Why the fuck you talking shit?" And he has to like, and he's like,
It's like
"See."
you're just as bad as Rackles, and
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, too far, bro,
yeah,
too
and especially
far.
I love that he was like freaking out in the throne room, and you see him like freaking out, and he's still like in the big upgraded suit and everything. He's like, "Oh God, what am I gonna do?" And he comes out, and it's just a very cute, wholesome speech about like if there was even one gear missing, we could not have protected this country, and if there was even one of you missing, I would have considered it a failure of protecting. You guys are the country's power, and you guys were all irreplaceable, and it was super cute and wholesome. And then seeing all the people like accept him as his new king
Yeah,
was super cool, and we got like the coronation, and like it was just super sweet. And next week
yeah,
we got a Jeremy episode,
yeah.
which I'm
Oh man,
excited about, especially
yeah,
because they said the thing about the one thing that I've been wondering, which is I think Devin Rock says that he's like, "You're not even the king of a country. There is no sixth country." So
yeah. I mean, but it's also interesting too because they did like say because they like yeah like what is it? The title is like the king of all versus the king of the underground or something.
yep. So what and here's the thing, what I'm wondering, what I'm assuming, we already have one Bugnarok who basically defected and is Jeremy's friend. The only thing I
Hmm.
can assume is that eventually Jeremy is gonna have a kingdom for the good Bugnaroks. And then
That actually makes
and
sense.
then it's gonna be like Bugnaroks and also people, like a place where they can live together. Maybe it's gonna start off as like a neutral ground kind of place.
Hmm.
And it's gonna start small, and maybe we'll see. Maybe he's gonna take over the underground. Maybe something else is gonna happen. Um, I mean, it's clear we can see that obviously Sug and Bugnaroks don't want to fight. The shapeshifter, but also Jeremy's mom obviously didn't want to fight. She fell in love with a human. Uh, I want to see more about that backstory because I'm wondering, how that happened with the old kings. It also would be really cool if we did get to see like some flashback stuff with like the old original kings and them transforming and stuff.
Hmm.
I feel like when you have like what I would consider, legacy heroes where like you're meeting them first, but they're like a later version of like a hero that already existed. It's really cool whenever you see who like the old ones were, you
Oh
know?
yeah.
So like seeing the OG kings from the first generation, or maybe even seeing the kings that came right before, since we're still dealing with the mystery of where the fuck Rita's maybe mom is.
Yeah, and like what is it? The Twilight of the Gods, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
all of that. There's still so much because every once in a while, we'll get to the end of this episode and it's like, cool, Gira's the king, everything's happy. It feels like we're wrapping up, but I'm like, there are so many questions we have not answered.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, it's like it's really it's actually kind of funny how like I'm enjoying these individual episodes enough that I forgot that there's a main story going on.
yeah, and again, it's another one where like with Geats, it feels like we got through what would be like the inciting incident that like we got advertised to like really early on. Like we're only like halfway through, but Gira's successfully king. Everything's been accepted, and like, cool, that's done. We still have stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if someone was manipulating the Twilight of the Gods, that means I feel like there's maybe like another maybe human or a Bugnarok hybrid maybe antagonist even behind Deathnarok or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, like
So
yeah, like it really is like it is crazy because like there are like a lot of pressing matters, but not everything is pressing. So yeah,
yep. I mean, they're like
uh,
pressing, but they're not. Currently, nothing is on like a time scale kind of thing. You know what I mean? Where like
yeah,
we don't have any urgency to find out the Twilight of the Gods or where Rita's possible mom is because we still don't know if they're related or not. We just
yeah,
these are things that need to be answered. But
yeah. I mean,
technically,
like
we can wait a little bit to do it.
yeah, we actually did have. I mean, like we actually did have a really big what was it? Yeah, oh yeah,
Timer.
because of yeah, a big timer in Digorg himself.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, it's like it's really funny because like so far they've answered pretty much everything except for what is Deathnarok doing and Twilight of the Gods. Like it's like those two like took us like a side note, but at the same time, I mean, Deathnarok got his ass beat how many times already?
Yeah. We're gonna see how that goes. But
Yeah, and then after that, like technically, like Common Jim's been stepping up to be the Ragnarok representative because now that we know that yeah, the advisor has never like we don't know when the advisor died and he took his place, but he's been there for a while.
yeah,
We could tell.
yeah. Yep. But yeah, and with
Oh
that,
man.
our half hour is basically up. We really crammed too much stuff in here because even with one show missing, we still talked for a while.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, okay. We could probably just go back and see how many times I said the word cute in this episode.
There's a lot of cute things between Eric Garon, between Hopper One. I like that his name is Hopper One. I like that they call grasshoppers just Hopper. Very cute.
Mm.
But as I said, that has been our time for today. Thank you so much for listening. We will be back next week to talk about something, probably.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
and if it actually is superhero time, then we have another Geats episode, and we're back.
we're just talking normally. But hey, thanks as always for listening, and we will see you later.
Later.
This program is brought to you by.
Our unending love of Tokusatsu,
If you enjoyed the show, please be sure to like and subscribe.
and hit the bell for notifications. And if you would like to support us further, consider becoming a patron at our Patreon, Half Hour Henshin.
You can get some exclusive benefits, such as your name in the credits and joining our sticker club. Or if you want to help with a one-time donation,
You can also find us at Ko-fi at Half Hour Henshin. You can email us with any questions or theories at halfhourhenshin@gmail.com or on Twitter at halfhourhenshin.